Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We are playing a mummy venom mage. That's what we are. We're a venom mage of Gozag here. As part of our hyper experiment, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'm carrying a bunch of stuff I don't really super want right now, but I have plenty of inventory space, so it's fine. So we're about to head down into Lair, and I don't see any real reason to delay that. I can't believe we're still training just poison magic. Actually, the reason I can't believe that is because it's a bad idea. I have plenty of... Olgrebs is castable now, and, that's fine. Now I need to work on not dying. And that's like these things. You know, I would love to train maces and flails or something, but... Those count as boots, because if you're a Naga... Oh my god, Watermox didn't rip, we're dead. No, how can there be poison-resistant threats in here? Let's actually go to Orc instead of Lair. That sounds way better. Because, this is what we can do to stuff in Orc. Obviously, these were kobolds, not orcs, but, you know, we can just trash them, basically. And the stuff in Lair we can't deal with at all. Rod of Clouds. I love me a Rod of Clouds. Well, let's get the Wand of Teleportation now. I think it's more important. I'll want the Rod of Clouds as a way to deal damage to poison-resistant stuff. But I think for now, that's not as important as being able to, survive things. I don't know. I mean, I guess we just went into Lair and saw there was a problem. But, ugh. It's just playing Mummy, you have so little experience to work with. I'm, dying here? Hello? I don't like this at all? I guess, I've just been... There have been more threats than I realized going on at once. And I also have, no training in survivability, so, you know, that would do it all right. Once I have that up a little bit, I'll find some... Whoa! Okay. So, in the past, day, there have been some changes on Trunk. And in particular, Deep Elf mages have been made more powerful. So I gotta look at this guy and see what the heck his deal is. They have a ton of different spell books, apparently. And they can often summon elementals. Huh. Has he cast anything yet? Do I know anything about him yet? No. Well, let's cast another Toxic Radiance. And back off. He blinked. Does that tell me anything? It tells me he doesn't have the last spell set. Okay. Anyway, a bunch of the high-level elf mages have, like a summoner and so on, have all been replaced with one generic Deep Elf mage. And I think Orc was made a lot smaller. Oh, shoot, wield the blowgun, please. So I still need to keep an eye on that guy and see what on earth he can cast. You know what? I'm going upstairs just to fight the hill giant by himself. All right. It's bizarre that ice beast has not really noticed me. Okay, so the Hill Giant has a lot of HP, but he can't deal damage from range, so we can just sort of eventually kill him with Toxic Radiance. The Deep Elf Mage, I'm a little bit more worried about, because I don't know what he can do to me. Huh. He has like, he just doesn't take any damage from anything? Is that the new rule for Deep Elf Mages? He's just not casting any spells. That was pretty cool. I feel like he could have annihilated us if he felt like it, but he didn't. And that's fine for now. I should maybe have considered using my, like, a potion petition against the Deep Elf Mage. But I don't know. He was not evidently doing anything very nasty. So, and I don't have, like, unlimited amounts of gold yet. Oh, another one to teleportation. Oh well. Wargs are poison resistant. I mean, they're not poison immune. I think I could poison them. Am I? Yeah, okay. I briefly thought my mic was muted, even though I checked before we started this. Just one of those things. What do I do about this guy? Like, is one warg really a problem? Let's try Toxic Radiance and see if it does anything. It looks like it's not really poisoning him, but melee is doing okay. Not great. I wouldn't want to engage this guy with anything else, or while not at full health. The fact that there are wargs here, by the way, suggests to me that that's the entrance to Orc. You know, do I train maces and flails yet? Is it time? I think not. I just need to find the entrance to Orc, and then I can murder everything in there pretty effectively, I think. But, you know, Orc was changed. God, this is a mess. Orc was changed. It's just 2 floors deep now, I think. And I don't know what other changes are going along with that. He has a glaive. That is not a weapon I want to mess with. But I don't have to. There was something in this shop, right? It was... That's where the Rod of Clouds was. So I could train evocations instead of maces and flails. But is that really what I want to do? Probably not. I think maces and flails is just more flexible. I would love to do both, but, you know, we're a mummy, and that's not something you have the luxury of doing, really, when you have -2 aptitudes in everything. Just having, like, mummies are not easy. I mean, that's sort of the point, right? But it's just, it's hard to manage all this, like, experience debt that you're constantly in. Where, like, you just want to train 15 different things, and you can't even afford to train one. At least we're starting to get some durability out of this fighting and dodging. Are there any other books I found? Oh, yeah, there was summoning, right? All right, I'm carrying it. I keep forgetting Control F shows you stuff you're carrying now. Like, I could learn Call Imp or something. Canine Familiar might be alright. That would be another form of offense. But I don't think the amount of experience I could put into it would like be enough. Because a summoner, someone who started as a summoner, could have a lot more points in summoning by now, right? Even a mummy summoner. And their canine familiars still are not like able to just solo lair, which is basically what I'm looking for, some skill that can solo lair for me. Another scroll of enchant weapon. Yeah. I think I'm probably going to have to enchant up my mace and just use that to kill stuff. I don't really like having to put more experience into offense after I've just spent a bunch in poison magic. But you know, that's the thing about Venom Mages, really, is like your main skill falls off, and then like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, let's enchant it up. Like, we could kind of sometimes fight a warg, but apparently not always. Oh, I can't drink anything. Ugh. Well, let's read teleportation. I messed this up. Okay. We have a lot of teleportation, so we can sort of afford to do that. But, you know, one yellow level threat is causing us that much of a problem. Where is Orc? It's right there. Okay. Yeah, so that's where all the wargs were coming from, basically. But like anything that is susceptible to poison, we can trash pretty quickly with Toxic Radiance. And, you know, can we really get enough Maces and Flails experience to... I don't know. I hope so, but I'm not really sure. 2 wargs. We can't even fight 1 warg, man. Alright, let's get to these stairs. There. Now they're all by those stairs, and maybe we can sneak in... I don't know. If there's so many wargs, though, I'm worried that like Orc is gonna have more wargs now. I don't know what all changes happened as part of the Orc reform. God, they're everywhere. I'm kind of casting Toxic Radiance in the hopes of hurting the Ogre. But I also need to not die to the warg. Alright, so that went fine. We took very little damage. Alright, can I really just stand here? Is that going to be a plan for me? Wow. Poison's pretty good when it works. So there's also this Dagger of Electrocution, which, I mean, takes less investment to get going, and has I think a much better payout. The Dagger of Electrocution is actually a great weapon. Like, I should use that now rather than this mace. And then maybe I could train short blades. But it could be a way to deal with stuff. Yeah, like a Dagger of Electrocution, I think, is a way to deal with stuff that resists poison. So I think that what I'm going to do is, while I'm in Orc, which I hope I can someday get to, try to train up my daggers. A Wand of Hasting too, that's pretty cool. Right, like electrocution just does a lot of damage sometimes, and I'm pretty happy with it as a weapon choice. Okay, we made it into Orc. That's step 1 of the mission. Fully accomplished now. Yeah, let's stare dance a little. I'm just kind of worried about all this stuff. Being able to, the priests being able to smite while I'm fighting the other guys. Okay, there's a warg. I just need more of these electricity procs. All right, there we go. Ugh. I really wish I could be training more like survivability, but I can't. I need to be able to kill these guys, so I'm having to focus even more on damage dealing. I feel like I actually need more magic points. All right, so this was Orc 1. Am I correct that Orc is now only 2 levels? It is. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go. I assume there's still the, well, the description still said something about shops, so I assume there's still the 4 shops at the bottom. Okay, a glaive. I'm a little bit unhappy with this guy. I'm just gonna go upstairs, I'm gonna rest. If he rests, fine, but let's actually set up a little toxic radiance up here. Whoa, that is so many orc warriors. Okay. This is kind of a problem. All right. We can deal with the Wraith in a minute, but I need to heal up. Jeez, this is like, what a chore. At least Toxic Radiance is lasting more than 2 turns now. I wonder if it does more damage as well, or if it just lasts longer. I don't know exactly how it scales. But short blades are getting to be a little bit useful, which is important. Okay. Plants for some reason. An Orc High Priest, it's in red, of course, because I haven't had the experience of like 4 levels of Orc like I usually do, and I haven't had Lair. So yeah, I was thinking of like doing Orc 1 and 2 and 3 or something, but now that Orc is only 2 levels, oh my god, I'm gonna like, Gozag, help me. Heal wounds, curing magic, haste, and resistant. That's pretty good. It's like a lot of money, but I'm gonna die if I don't get heal wounds, so. Alright. I think we have gotten away from this. And indeed even killed it, really. Because we're hasted, Anything that doesn't have a ranged option is gonna get killed by haste plus toxic radiance. So that's like the reason that Gozeg is decent for mummies, is you get access to heal wounds. And I mean, all the other potions too are nothing to sneeze at, but just in general potion effects. So I might go to Lair now? Like, I don't know how to judge the danger level of Orc 2, but I saw an Orc High Priest and like just a ton of Orc Warriors, so I think that maybe is enough. Maybe what I'll do is like finish up, do a little more dungeon. Not exactly finish dungeon, that would be quite a task, but do some more dungeon. Did I start this video with the plan of going to Lair? Is that what happened? Or I don't really remember. I think I might have. Where is Lair? Yeah, that's where I started, right here. All right, well, Lair is too hard, guys. I met one snake, and that was enough for me. Yeah, so like electrocution just, I don't know, it solves a lot of problems. Wait, is this guy poison resistant? No. Because it can just, it does a ton of flat damage. And what am I wearing? Oh yeah, this leather armor, sure. And short blades attack very quickly, so like you can do that damage often. Here's where I promised earlier. You guys remember when I said I could just walk into a horde of killer bees and tab them? This is where we're going to see if I was correct. And it looks like yes. Looks like killer bees are no trouble at all. Like, this is arguably the optimum, ideal character to fight killer bees as. That hurts a lot. But, yep, there he goes. Toxic Radiance. Good spell. Nergal. I don't want to mess with that. Do I? No, of course not, right? Like, maybe I could kill her, but I don't need to. And maybe I couldn't, because she has Death's Door, and, like, you never know. So I'm just gonna let it go away. See you, Nergal. And this Sky Beast is just gonna get poisoned to death. We can't electrocute him, but that's fine. I don't know if I like the screen flash effect when you cast Toxic Radiance. Like, it's nice the first 5 times you cast it, but after that it's just like slowing things down for no obvious reason. I get it when like monsters cast it, maybe, because you want to know that like you're taking damage every turn. But when the player casts it, I don't know. Why is there a meat ration in a display case in there? It's not a very compelling item. Maurice. Now, arguably, I could just kill Maurice, you know, with Toxic Radiance. He's not poison resistant, and the fact that he's invisible would not help him very much. So I might go chase him down, but there's no real urgent need to do so, and the rewards are not likely to be very big. You know, that's just the thing about uniques. Like, usually the right answer is to leave them alone. there's no no points for bravery, as they say. He's wielding an artifact quarterstaff, or what? I guess so. Otherwise, it would just say quarterstaff of draining. I mean, that's cool, I guess. And also, I'm immune to draining, so it's fine. Looks like we woke up Maurice. Okay. Yeah, so Maurice is going to blink around for a while. But he's poisoned. He stole my spellbook. Very funny. Venom Bolt, like, is a decent spell, but again, like, it doesn't... I'm kind of interested in that weapon, actually. I don't know. Should I be... It's alright. But, I mean, it's, like, actually pretty solid. It just, it doesn't have the same punch that electrocution does to deal quickly with. You know, draining is not the best brand for someone who's going to do a small amount of damage like we are. So I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting weapon and has some decent bonuses on it as well. But I don't think we're going to be using it. Orc 2, huh? That's still, I'm still getting used to that. That's weird. You know, I'm used to doing Orc 1 through 3, and like they're just sort of junk. Which, like, that's why it was changed, right? Because there was really not much threat in the early Orc floors, and like there was some threat. You could still die there, but mostly it was just like not very interesting. Most of the monsters there were just you hold down tab and then they're dead. It was just sort of some free experience plus gold. And I'm glad it's being changed. Ow, 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 ow. Let's just run away from this guy. Hello, please be dead. There we go. Orc, it was boring. I guess that's all. Smoking whip, huh? Well, yeah, that's no good. It could have been good, right? If it were like +9 or something, I would stop training short blades and use it instead. But it wasn't. As you guys could see, clearly not +9. Ooh, hello, dead orcs. Whoa! Oh, that orc priest is wearing armor of poison resistance, I presume, because he is not being poisoned by all of our toxic radiance. So we're just going to dart around the corner to rest, and then come back. And we should be able to tab him with a dagger of electrocution. I'm going to just for fun here. There we go. If I search for that, do I see it? I do. Interesting. Good to know. I don't need it. Obviously, as a mummy, I will not be in need of poison resistance. But I just thought it would be cute to identify it. Or label it, since I have already figured out what it is. Like, there's no way an orc priest would have survived all that poison without armor of poison resistance. He didn't even take any damage, so it was pretty clear. All right, let's see. We could fight here. course, these guys have like a halberd. I don't like that. All right, I think I've got him a little bit isolated now. Wow, one shot. I mean, we had to miss him a few times, but once we got him, then he was one shot. And I mean, whites, they're sort of a problem. I'm glad that short blades is getting up there. We found a weapon that I think is pretty ideal for us. We needed a way to deal with threats that are resistant to poison, and we needed it to not cost a lot of experience. And a short blade of electrocution is just what the doctor ordered, basically. So we should be able to head into lair pretty soon. We could probably go in now, but right now dungeon is not offering too much resistance, so I don't mind continuing to play around in here. Like, we can just poison all these yaks at once, which is nice. They can't get several of them next to me at a time easily without wasting turns. Something hits me. Well, unseen horrors. Yeah, they don't see invisible. Capital ZT. Yep. 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 All right, that ought to kill him, right? Gotcha. See you later. That's kind of fun. Not being able to see invisible, but also being totally able to handle the unseen horror. Sometimes you just like have to sort of madly flail around trying to tab them, and that sort of works. But it's nice not to have to do that. This is like a volcano, right? I mean, obviously it's not the actual crawl volcano portal, but it's like a vault shaped like a volcano, and I don't really know why. But at least I can tell what it's shaped like. As I've discussed in previous videos, there's some vaults where I'm like, this is clearly a reference to something, and I can't tell what. That one seemed like it was relatively clearly a volcano. Oops, I could have stabbed these sleeping guys, I guess, but Toxic Radiance was fine too. Enchant weapon. Yeah, I'm willing to commit to this dagger as like my long-term weapon. You know, I was enchanting the mace just because I needed wrong weapon. Because I wanted something to use. Like you kind of want to enchant, or my plan or philosophy with enchant weapon is like in the early game, I tend to want to enchant whatever it is I'm using up to like 3 or 4 or so that I can survive, but then hold on to scrolls after that for enchanting up like an endgame quality weapon. But honestly, like a dagger of electrocution is not the best endgame weapon, but you can take that to the endgame. It's fine. And as Gozag, I suppose, we should be able... This is a little bit... Vampire mosquitoes. Huh. As Gozag, we should be able to like find a better weapon if we want, or buy more scrolls of enchant weapon from shops that we fund or whatever. So I'm not too worried about spending these aggressively. But even on another character, I think I would probably be enchanting up this dagger. But these vampire mosquitoes are apparently a problem. You know what? I have a ton of teleport. Let's just get out of here. I don't know exactly how big a problem this all is. Okay, great. Ooh, that's no good. Yeah, it looks like dungeon is starting to get a little bit creepy. Spooky? Scary? Creepy was the wrong word, right? Yeah, I have an idea. Let's not be in the dungeon anymore. How does that sound to you guys? Sounds great to me. Let's head to the lair. I think we can handle a snake now. Yep, kill all the gnolls, great. All right, here we are, ready to go into lair, as if this video never happened and we just picked up 3 levels or whatever it was. Yeah, I'm gonna end this video here, and next video, not this video, we're gonna head into lair and see what's up. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.